Good morning, everyone. This is Amy from Natural Balance Therapy, and I just wanted to come on this morning and share my recent experience with receiving the COVID vaccine. But before I do that, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about just from what I've heard from clients coming into the clinic. A lot of people are struggling with whether to get the vaccine or not to get the vaccine. And I felt from the beginning that this is really a personal decision for everyone. There are a lot of people that are scared right now. And what these individuals need is they need many of us to just hear them out, to listen to their concerns, and to not try to be pushed into receiving something that they're not comfortable with. And I think this is really important because everyone needs to come to their own decision on what is right for them. And so it's time for us to support each other with definitely without judgment. And I know for me, making the decision whether to get the vaccine or not, I struggled a lot. I did a lot of research and I had a lot of concerns over whether to receive it. And I fortunately had some really great friends that I was able to talk through my concerns, and they had a lot of the same concerns. So I had some really open conversations. And I know that when I went in on Thursday to get the vaccine, I know I still wasn't at peace with it. And I know that my body probably had some fear still, and that led to resistance. And so I just wanted to share kind of my response to it and what I learned from the experience as a way to hopefully help others. Now, I want to be clear that I really didn't get any sick feelings. I felt fine with receiving it. I just had a lot of arm pain to the point where I wasn't able to lie on my side. It was very difficult for me to pull my pants up, and my range of motion was really impacted. Now, I do really feel that a lot of this was related to the resistance that I felt going into it. So it was my mindset of not being accepting and opening of going into the experience. But the one thing I'm grateful for is my years of experience and knowledge in the MFR work. And I immediately started to incorporate a lot of that self care and a lot of these key foundational steps that I've been going through in our weekly challenges. So, the number one thing that I was doing was breath work. I also incorporated the body scan. And I know what my baseline body scans are. And as kind of the time went on, I was noticing the significant changes in my body scan. And I could really tell that I was having a lot of bracing and a lot of holding and protection because of the pain in my body. And so I know that our normal response would be I'm going to rub that area. I'm going to rub my upper back and I'm going to rub on my arm where that pain is. But I just knew that wasn't going to get me the results I needed. And so when I really kind of sat down and started to treat it and be aware of what I was feeling, there were some pretty key sensations that I was feeling. And I felt after the first day that my lymphatics were impacted. And what I mean by this is my arm felt almost like a fullness. It felt a heaviness in it, as well as when I would press on that area, it felt very like it was a bubble of resistance. And to me, this is kind of a boggy feeling, and the feeling that my lymphatics are impacted. And so I knew I needed to incorporate a lot of Kristen's lymphatic care, but the first thing that I needed to do and was to really, I still felt I needed to change my mindset. And I was so grateful for a friend of mine that was keeping in touch with me afterwards. And she had shared something with me that I want to share with you guys. And the moment that I started saying these words to my arm and myself, I started to immediately notice a change. And so what she said to me was when she received her COVID vaccine, she thanked her arm for taking one for the team. She also reassured her arm that the vaccine was not a live virus, that it was just information for her immune system to build the antibodies. And there was no need for a full on immune response. Now, again, when I started saying these words, I almost felt like a peace coming across me. I felt kind of a lifting in my energy. So that was really key for me, was kind of changing in my mindset and coming to a place of acceptance. But then what also was important was incorporating my myofascial work. Now, again, I had a significant pain in my upper back and my arm. Um, and so I started to do something that you guys are going to learn tomorrow or in the weekly challenge, is to treat the opposite. So I was feeling a lot of drawing forward and a lot of protection in my chest. So I started to do a lot of chest work instead of working back up in here. And then I also went back and did all of Kristen's lymphatic flow exercises that are in our previous Facebook Lives. These were monumental. I could immediately feel the lymphatic system opening up and things flowing. That pressure that I was feeling started to subside, and that heaviness and a fullness in my arm started to go away. And then I still felt like I needed ice because of the amount of just inflammation and point tenderness that I felt in my arm. But all of this combined, I was really able to then, for the first time last night, sleep really well as now today. I don't have any of that fullness. And I did the exercises again today, but I don't have any of that fullness. And I don't have that discomfort like I did. I can functionally move my arm now, and I feel so much better. But I really do want to bring this mindset piece in and share that with you guys, because what we think and our mindset going in really does impact our response and our body's response to things that we're going to do or situations we're going to be in. So my main takeaways from receiving the COVID vaccine is to check in with my mindset and to really try to come at peace. And when I did that, it was a lot better. But also to give myself a lot of grace. And what I mean by that was to be easy on myself and give myself more time over these last couple of days to really just rest and take the self-care that I needed, and to really just breathe into the areas that were painful and discomforting. And then I just followed the principles. So I encourage you guys, if you guys are feeling some of that fullness or kind of a bogginess or heaviness in your arm, incorporate some of Kristen's lymphatic exercises. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share an article that she recently wrote in the comments when I'm done today that has all of those exercises in it that you will have direct access to. And then just follow the myofascial principles that we've been doing. Do your body scans. Notice your baseline before going in and what is different afterwards. And then treat from there. But I hope that this kind of brings some insights and can help people. Now, there are many people that won't have any response. But again, I do really feel that my resistance and mindset going in impacted my body's ability to accept the vaccine fully. And now that I changed that mindset, I feel a complete difference. So I hope this is helpful. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. I'm happy to share more. But I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys.